It's Christmas and we're going into the second month of having Christmas in our kit. So for the November kit, we are doing Christmas ornaments. And so I wanted to unbox this month's kit. So let's dig in. We have the candy canes coming out this month in the kit. So you are going to get the eucalyptus theme versus this month. You're gonna get a dye-free candy cane. We have the Mod Podge, of course, and your brush. We're gonna put these aside. And then also we have the main project for this month. These are actually gonna come in bubble wrap because these are some ceramic. They're gonna come in bubble wrap in this canvas gift bag. So you can decoupage the gift bag as well. We have a whole nother tutorial on how to decoupage the gift bag. So this is a whole nother project as well. And then you have the ceramic round ornaments that you have. Hey, Debbie from Florida is joining us. Good to see you. And so these are great. They're two-sided. You have the shiny side here, and then you also have the flat side. I am actually going to decoupage on the flat side today. You could decoupage both sides, but if you decoupage on the flat side, then that means that you have the nice finished side as the side that it doesn't have anything. So then it's gonna look really nice when you're done. So I think that's what I'm gonna do today, but of course you could decoupage both sides so that it's completely finished, but you get two of these. And then they also come with the gold strings that you could use to hang them, but I think I'm actually gonna use the twine that comes with it when I do mine. So you get those as well. And then, where did I put my star? Oh, then we also have the star ornament. So this is a whole nother project that you can decoupage as well. So literally you get 3 ornaments as well as the gift bag that you could put all of these together and give this away as a gift. And then we have your couple of embellishment here. So I don't have, let me see, I actually might have these over here. I do have the whole bags over here. These are ones. We actually have all 3 colors here, so you might get the red check, the black and white buffalo check, or you might get the burlap. So these are mystery mixed. You'll get 2 of the bows, so you might get a different variation, but in this kit it has the black and white and it has the burlap for this one. So I'm gonna put one of these away over here, put this stuff to the side. And then the napkins for this month. I'm really excited about the napkins this month. I say that every month, but I love these. I love the Christmas ones. So the first one we have, you're gonna get 2 of each. We have, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. So we've got some great elements here. You could use these separately. You could use the star, you can use the verse. So we have that one. I'll put these aside. And then we have, now the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing that ye may abound in hope. This one is King James Version. It has the oranges and the cloves and again, some pine. So this is kind of more like a, I don't know what you would call this, like a cooking themed one. We've got cranberries in there, more of a watercolor look. So a little bit of different themed there. I think this is the one that I might use for the ornament today. So I'm gonna keep one of those close. It also has some little star elements here. Again, you could take each of these elements separately, but I'm gonna keep one of those because I think that's the one I'm gonna use. And then next, we have, this one has some cotton and eucalyptus and ivy. So this is kind of a lighter one. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. So it's a verse from Luke. So that is a lighter one. I know you all love the wreath styled ones. So we have that one. This one, I absolutely love how it turned out with the roses. Again, this is more of a kind of a food theme. We've got the cinnamon in there and the oranges and the pine cones and the pine, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. I absolutely love that one. I know, I love them all, but I can't wait to see what you ladies do with this one. So again, 2 of those. And then the hymn that we have is Away in the Manger, also known as Luther's Cradle Hymn. And so this will be the hymn. This one is gonna make a great ornament as well. This is probably the one that would be used the most, but I did hymns as the ornaments last year, so I didn't want to do a hymn again. So I probably will when I get off to him, but this would be another great one that would be fabulous as an ornament. So definitely try this one. And then of course, you're gonna get your extra papers. So these are always a mystery and a mix because I have a bunch of variations of these. So some will be vintage, some will be more, I have all kinds of these. So these will be a hodgepodge what you get, but there's all kinds of fun things. And then of course you could use the tissue paper that comes with it as well. So I want to show you guys how easy that would be if you're looking to have very inexpensive gifts this year. I think that will be a super fun way. So this one's going to be really simple today if you're a beginner crafter. Most of my tutorials are, if you haven't noticed, if you're following along. Some things that you're going to want to have, obviously that aren't in the kit. Scissors, because we're going to cut that down. You're going to want to have a sanding block or a nail file. I also have my glue gun plugged in over here. And this is actually just a plastic sheet from my transfers. You can use a Ziploc bag. You can use some saran wrap if that's all you have. But it's just something that we're gonna use to press out the wording so that we can get it nice and flat. You can also do what's called the iron-on method, which I have not tried yet, but it is on my list of things to do. So all we're gonna do here, if you have not watched one of our tutorials before, since we do our own custom designs, we're only able to print on the front of the napkin because we do print here in the US. And if we printed on all 4 sides, our napkins would be really expensive and you would probably not want to buy them. So that's why they only have one print on them. I know we get a lot of comments on that, but that is why. Okay, so again, we have the shiny side. If you're not going to finish the back, I would probably put your design on the flat side so that your back is nice and finished. And then I'm just gonna see to the light where this ends up because that ribbon does kind of hang down. But when I put my bow, and these bows, this one I grabbed kind of has a short string, but the ones you guys are gonna get in the kits when I ordered them, they actually all have little long tails, so you won't get the short tail ones. Will actually have these longer tails. Okay, we're gonna toss aside that short tail one. All right, so I am gonna go ahead and separate this so I can see through it better. All right, so if you see right there, I got the bottom one off, so I'm gonna go in one more time and try and get that top one. I always say this is the hardest part of these projects. All right, I'm just gonna do the whole thing here. All right, push that aside. You'll know when you have the top layer because you'll see it's pretty much transparent. All right, so we're just gonna gently separate those, and you can see this is the inside, but you can see how it almost looks like the outside. That's how you'll know you have just the single layers. Our napkins are really high quality. The people that we work with actually make wedding napkins. So theoretically, you can eat off these. We have had people that order them for baptisms and weddings and all kinds of things like that. Okay, so I think this is gonna be good enough because my hole is actually gonna be right there for where I'm gonna put the thread, and then my bow is gonna be right there. So I think we're gonna be okay even though that little tail covers up there. So we are going to go with that. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put my Mod Podge on there. So I'm just gonna put that down there. Now you have Mod Podge in your kit. I am just gonna use my mustard bottle here because it's easier for me to just squirt it on there. And again, that little dribble there is why I have, this is our surface saver, which is exactly why I have it, because otherwise that would have just ended up on my desk. All right, I'm going to set that over here, and I'm just gonna move that down a little bit. And I'm gonna try and center this. trying to get it as high as I can so that I can still get some of that design at the bottom here. Okay, and I'm just using light feathers just to make sure it's on there. And then I'm just gonna come in with my flat plastic. Again, you could use a Ziploc bag, you can use saran wrap. I just like anything that's flat. And then I pin it down at one end so that it's flat, and then I just push down. And so you can see there are not gonna be any bubbles or anything because I'm just pushing them all out. And then just make sure you get around the edges. And then I like to just slide it off. Sometimes when you peel it up, it actually takes the napkin up with it. Again, you could use the iron-on method. I have not tried that, but you could use that as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is, while it is still wet, I'm actually just gonna poke through the hole, and you always wanna poke through the front and not the back because we're pushing the paper through. And so we want the hole to look nice on the front. And I'm just gonna slide this. So when we have it done, it's gonna look like that. So if we want some more, what we can do is, this is actually not too bad. So I can gently put my fingers on here. I think I can actually go ahead and start gently working this around because I want to add some more of the design. And I'm only sanding from the front back. Don't go back and forth because it will pull your design up. So only use pressure when you're going from the front back. So you do want to make sure that it's dry before you do this. Since the back is unfinished, it's going to soak up that Mod Podge really quickly, and it's going to dry very quickly. For the sake of the video, I am going in and doing this quicker than I normally would because I actually want to add some of these pieces back on top of this. So just again, I'm just pushing from the front to the down. All right, so this will give you an idea of what it's gonna look like. So if you like that, you could just leave it like that. If you want more, you could add more in there. You know what, now that I did that, I kind of like that it looks like that, and I might just leave it alone. See? After you do it, then you change your mind and you're like, you know what? I don't want to mess with it. Okay, so the next thing that I would do before you put your bow on it is I would do your string. So this comes in your kit, or you could use, this is the one that came with it, so you have this too. Or you can use whatever, if you have other stuff in your craft kit, you can, or in your supply, obviously you can use that. All right, so I am just gonna put it through. Okay, so that's what's gonna allow us to hang it like that, and then I'm gonna add my bow. So these bows are not, they are just tied, so you can mess with them to adjust them how you want. If you want the bow a little bit bigger, so they come in kind of loosey-goosey, so you can adjust it. Okay, so I am going to, I feel like this one is a little bit too long. All right, so now I'm just gonna come in with my hot glue gun, and I am just gonna tack that little sucker, I think right there on the hole. Again, and that's gonna cover up where that little bow, where it was coming down. Okay, so that's just one example of what you could do. Again, if you wanted to do the back so that it has two sides, that's my Mod Podge came through. But if you wanted to do the back so that it has two sides, again, you have in your kit, you have a whole nother ornament that you can do. You also have the star that you can do. And then, like I said, you also can decoupage the gift bag. The canvas bag is two canvas bag as well, which also makes a great gift bag, or you can use it to store your ornaments when you pack up your Christmas supplies for next year. So again, this is our November kit, and we still have openings for November, for the November kit. The October kit, I will let you know, it sold out like 3 times. It was crazy, crazy, crazy nuts. So please, if you do like this kit, get in on it now, because it's the napkins that I run through. The project bases I can generally get, but the napkins, my napkin printer is the one that gets a little bit behind. So Here it is. Again, thank you so much for watching the tutorial. I will get this video up and on the blog, but until next time, happy crafting!